With both the medieval town square and the Lion Knight's castle sets placed, this episode I aim to connect the upper and lower grounds with a path and a bridge, which crosses the river separating these two sections. First thing to work on is the bridge. The core technique is the same as the stone arch bridge I built for the medieval blacksmith diorama series, but I've made some changes allowing additional details to be added when needed. In this case, I added some ornate pillars to the four corners of the bridge. With this new format, I think anything can be added, and I will be expanding on this in future dioramas with larger bodies of water. As mentioned, the core techniques are the same, with the hinge plate segments connecting each section, and headlight bricks connected to flexible hose pieces to represent the arch stones, with an odd number of stones to accurately represent the real-life building technique. The reason why I like this technique is because it's a studs on top build, allowing the same texture to be applied on top as with the path leading to the bridge. There are better looking stone arch bridge techniques out there, but they are snot built, making it look out of place with my preferred way to build paths. With the bridge done, the next task is to lay the path up the ramp. But before I can do that, I have to build the side of the hill, which requires an expansion. And of course, before I can build the hillside, I have to finish the river first, so right now it's basically one thing leading to the other before I can turn back to tackle the main task. A viewer suggested that I build a watchtower overlooking the ramp, so I decided to build another battlement for this side with a watchtower attached. The actual battlement build is the same as in episode 1, with some minor modifications for the tower attachment. For the tower, I used the same techniques as with the sets to keep the designs in line. I added some weathering since I couldn't help myself, but I kept it to a minimum since the other towers are really clean looking. With all of that done, I can now focus on the main task, which is connecting everything with a path. The path leads up the ramp towards the tower, It then follows the edges of the battlements before connecting with the first bridge I built in episode 1 that crosses the waterfall leading up to the castle. With the path done, I started working on detailing such as this final waterfall build connecting the reservoir with the river system, as well as some botanical details and other doodads. There will be a large build at this event space where the soldiers are training, so I didn't do too much detailing here since I'll have to make changes later. Since this is a seaside town, I added some seagulls nesting on a tree here, as well as placing rocks and botanicals on the greens in front of the castle to blend it in with the surroundings. The Prince of the Black Falcon Kingdom has arrived by invitation of King Leo to commemorate their alliance. The pact between the two kingdoms has been in place for centuries. It is a necessary alliance to fend off the aggressive Dragon Kingdom to the north. King Leo, Prince Leandro, Prince Fosrith, Lord Black. I trust King Fotier as well. My father as well. I must cut short the pleasantries. Orcish raids on our settlements have become more frequent. An entire village was razed recently at the edge of the eastern woodlands. Aye, we lost a highly skilled member of our blacksmith guild. He was a dear friend. Crafted me blade, you see. The orcs rarely ventured beyond the eastern kingdoms. Something must be driving them west towards us. Yes, we have noticed increasing numbers of Easterners in and around town as of late. They've always kept the orcs at bay. Something's changed. Fortunately, hostilities with the Dragon Kingdoms have ceased. We can now focus east. Me spies in the Dragon Kingdom have reported that King Drakirian is taking rumors of a dark army rising in the far west seriously. We believe this, coupled with the Orcish threat to the east, has changed his mind with regards to joining our alliance. Prince Drakius will soon arrive. Perhaps we can get answers out of him. I have negotiated with Prince Drakius in the past. He is not fond of talking. Prince Helena of the Crown Knight's Kingdom could shed some light on the Western Front once he arrives. I doubt we can get much out of that arrogant half-elf. It is beyond me how King Holwyn could put up with the elves, let alone marry one of them. Regardless, times are changing. Unholy elements stir in the east and the west. The time for petty disputes between the kingdoms of men must end. We will ensure the upcoming commemoration of the Alliance of Men proceeds as planned. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.